fast forward, I joined like a bunch of like Telegram groups and Discord groups and stuff like that. And
And you
lo and
got
behold,
rich through the Telegram groups.
hell no, hell
Free
no,
signals.
hell no. Fall into the ICT. I don't want to say cult because his shit is kind of like cult like, but like when the A2 and the ICT strategy like align, when I got a signal with the A2 and I got a fair value gap or a breaker block or whatever. I'm not gonna get into my ICT strategy here, but whenever I saw that, whenever I got triggered for that and A2 align, that's when like it was like, bro, that shit was Teflon.
What's up, traders? Welcome to the Day Trading Show. My name is Austin Silver. I'm your host. Today, we're sitting down with my co-host, Evan Dyer, and our special guest, DomPips. Dom is a trader, an ASFX member from Texas. Recently, he's come through the BlackShirtClub and passed his funding challenge, going from 0 to funded in less than 3 months. So there's a lot that you guys can take from Dom. Of course, we're going to talk about the BlackShirtClub and how the mentorship that we offer has helped him, but we're also going to talk about his combination of strategy between the A2 and some ICT concepts. He talks a lot about ICT and how that has influenced his trading. I know a lot of you guys are into that as well. We also talk just about psychology and habits and routines and the other things in life that sometimes get in the way of getting funded that Dom has figured out a way around. So take some notes. Make sure you guys are listening. Dom is an awesome guest. We appreciate him, and I appreciate you guys as our listeners. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of our future episodes. Now enjoy today's conversation with DomPips. What's up, traders? Austin from the future here. I want to pause just to say thank you to MyFundedFX. If you want to support me and our channel and our podcast and all the content that we create, please consider using the link down in the description when you purchase your next funding challenge. MyFundedFX runs discounts all the time. It's probably posted on my Twitter or maybe Matt's Twitter, the guy that runs the company. Search Twitter for that discount code. I get credit, we get credit if you just use the link. So use any discount code you can find, but if you want to support the channel, use the link down in the description. We appreciate it. Can't thank you guys enough. Now enjoy the video. What's up, traders? Welcome back. Today, we are sitting down. I've got Evan with me here as a co-host to chat with Mr. DomPips. Dom, I just keep calling you DomPips because that's your social media handle. Is that cool?
That's cool, man. Just call me Dom.
All right, I like it. So Dom is here. Dom is a BlackShirtClub member. He's an ASFX member. It's a busy day for me. I had a podcast earlier today with Burned. Most of you probably saw that on the last episode. Burned is managing $4 million. Dom, in the BlackShirtClub, just passed his first funding challenge. So today I'm sitting down with two totally different sides of the spectrum, but I think it's really good for you guys as our listeners to be able to see two real traders, both at just a little bit of a different point in their journey, both using the funding companies to accelerate their growth. So this is going to be a great conversation. Boys, I'm excited to have you here. Ev, how you feeling, bro?
Good. I'm excited for this one.
We got Evan with the new light now. Look at him looking crispy with the fresh fade, that New Jersey, New York. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, let's go. So no, it's good to have you guys. Like I said, it's good to sit down and have more of like the casual conversation. So Dom, catch everybody up. Everybody knows me. Everybody knows Evan, but some of our listeners maybe don't know you. Can you speak on your background, when you got into trading, and when you found ASFX?
Perfect. Yeah, man. Well, thanks for having me on. I got started. Well, let me take you back. I actually am a former real estate salesman. I actually used to sell real estate for about 10 years, and I had been working in real estate in the Dallas area for some time, and was working with fix and flippers and stuff like that. A lot of my clients were mom and pop investors and stuff. And so a lot of my business, I've been an entrepreneur pretty much in there like ever since college, I guess you want to say. And I did that for a long time. And I was actually introduced to trading years ago, probably I would say 10 years ago, man. I was introduced to trading. And this was like around the time you had all like the network marketing companies like selling trading as a lifestyle and stuff like that. Like I don't know the names of them, but I just remember like people would hit my inbox up all the time, just like random friends that I didn't talk to in 5 years, talking about, oh man, come check out this Forex trading stuff. And then like I remember I checked it out like once, and it was like an MLM attached to it, and I was like, fuck that. Like I sell real estate, bro. I make some good money. Like I'm good. Like so. So I was introduced to it. So I understood what Forex was, or I had it I guess, acknowledgement of what Forex trading was. And so it was probably about, I want to say, 6 years ago, when I started to seriously like look into it and kind of like play around with trading. And when I say play around with trading, like I come from a real estate minded, like a real estate mind. So it's like, especially working with investors, we're thinking of buying low, selling high. So just immediately it was like it made sense to me. It's like, oh, it's just like another flip, right? And so I got into it for all the wrong reasons that most people get into trading for. It's like, let me see how I can turn $100 into 1,000. Let me see how I can turn 1,000 into 10,000, 10,000 into 100,000. The crazy shit like that. And so, I mean, at the time, that was 99% of the content online was that, right? It was like it was either the MLM guys or it was the guys the small account flipper guys. And so it's like, oh shit, like okay. And so like I got into it with that mindset. And so and I'm thinking like, oh, this is just another way to make some money. And so I started to a friend of mine actually in real estate. He was actually my mentor in real estate. He actually hit me to it because he had started to get into it, and he had the same mentality as well. It's like, oh, this is just another money maker and type of thing. And I think like I started to just try to trade on my own, like literally press buttons. I had downloaded like MT4 on my fucking phone, and I was just literally just like pressing buy and sell, not knowing what the hell I'm doing, like trading every freaking Forex player that you can think of. And yeah, like I got lucky, I guess you want to say. And I saw like I saw what it could be, I guess, in a sense, a very naive brain at this point. And so yeah, so anyway, I never took it seriously because, like I said, I was fully trenched in my business, in my real estate business. And I'm the type of individual like I'm an all-in type of guy. So, I'm not like my dad, bro, he's a military guy. So like I grew up with that mentality, like, we don't half-ass anything. Like like growing up as a child, like I would have to make my bed like 3 times in the morning to just get it right.
3 times, bro? Are you lying? Are
Oh
you
no,
being
yeah,
dramatic?
like he would come in, like I'll get ready for school, bro, and like he'll like come in, he'll do his roundabout like before we leave, and
Inspection.
like his inspection, he'll come in, he'll just like don't do it, like that voice. I knew it was. I would fuck, like throw my backpack down, go in there, sheets all on the floor, like I gotta redo it again.
Redo the whole thing.
So
Damn, bro, that's very interesting. Very tough. And I'm curious about that upbringing, how that's carried forward, because it still sticks with you now. So I'm sure it's
of
made an
course,
impression on you.
like discipline wise, having a routine and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, not to get off on a tangent, but yeah, basically I'm an all-in type of person. So it's like if I'm doing something, a project, or if I'm like going into something, I'm 100% in. Like I'm not like half-assed. And so that's why trading never really, like 6 years ago when I started to like dabble into it, it never really took off because I never really was all in head feet first with it. And because I was still doing my business. And so I would say, bro, like we started to see the writing on the wall, like the market started to change in the Dallas area, man. A lot of hedge funds started to come in, a lot of Wall Street guys, California guys coming into Texas, bro, just buying up like a shit ton of real estate. So a lot of my clientele, like I said, they're mom and pop investors, like so they would get swallowed up, outbid on houses and stuff like that. So I started to see a trend for like 2 years. And it was like I was like, man, like I gotta make a shift, right? I gotta it's time to pivot. I can either because I'm a small business, man. It's like me and like I had like a virtual assistant out in the Philippines and like a couple of like business partners, like side venture partners, I guess you want to say. And so I was a one-man army in a sense. And so it was just like, bro, I'm not gonna survive, I'm not gonna thrive, or at least that's what I felt. And then I was just getting burnt out, to be honest with you. And so it was like I'm still young enough in my career where I can pivot. And so I was just like, dude, I was like, I'm gonna go back to this trading thing. Like, and I went back and I was like, okay, let me get into it. And funny story is
What year is that? Real quick. What year is that? When the pivot happened and the market started to change, before or after COVID?
before COVID. This was
Okay.
like right before COVID. This was like, I want to say late 2018, 2019.
You want to make money trading? We can help you do that. Click the link, take the 3-day free trial to ASFX TV, and come live stream with our team of funded, full-time professional traders all week long.
And so that's when I really started to say, okay, this is going to be my next move. And I didn't make like a huge announcement or anything like that. It was just like slowly but surely, like I was like, okay, like people would call me for real estate deals, and I'd just be like, yeah, about that. Like, I'm gonna refer you out to someone else. And because I started to really educate myself, and at the time it was still like a lot of junk on the internet. So um anyway, I found someone that I did a deal with like a long time, like in the past.
Did a
I
real
saw
estate
that
deal with.
did a real estate deal with, and I saw that he was a trader, and reached
Mm.
out to him, and it's like, man, because I saw on his social media he was posting like a lot of like MT4 stuff, and like most traders do, they post their charts and stuff like that. So I reached out to him, and it's like he was local, so I was like, bro, I want to, like, can I buy you a coffee or whatever? Like, show me what you know. He's like, better yet, I'll introduce you to the guy who coached me or taught me, my mentor. And so met this guy, and I actually posted a picture of it like not too long ago. But he was like a Wyckoff trader, and I was like, I didn't know what the fuck Wyckoff was or the methodology behind it. But I guess it's a variation of smart money concepts. ICT guys don't come for me for that, but I guess, I mean, essentially that's what it is, right? And so
Yeah.
he taught. So I went to this coffee shop, and like, bro, the shit was fucking German to me. I was like, what the fuck is,
Dude, if
like,
if you're a trader and you don't have a story about meeting up with somebody at a local coffee shop, are you really a trader? Like, when I have that story too, bro. Me and all the buddies I was learning with, we all met up at a coffee shop at one point. So I think everybody can relate to that part of the story for sure.
for sure, man? And I'm like, I don't know what the hell Wyckoff is. Like, like, for my own self, like, education, like, I knew what support and resistance and trend lines and stuff like that were. So when I started to take it seriously, I want to actually learn. I'm like, dude, this dude's not talking about any of that shit. Like, he's not talking about support resistance. Like, what the fuck is, like, I don't understand like the phases and all that. Like, I'm like, bro, like, this is German to me. And anyway, like, after like 2 hours of just like of that session, I left just as confused as when I came. And so when I tried, and so fast forward, I joined like a bunch of like Telegram groups and Discord groups and stuff like that. And
And you
lo and
got
behold,
rich through the Telegram groups.
hell no, hell
Free
no,
signals.
hell no. The oh, bro, hell no.
The free signals didn't make you money? No way, bro. Free signals didn't.
Hell
I'm
no.
done. Damn it.
That if that's number one, as a trader now, like full time, like, I don't even see how people could actually offer a signal service, because I know me as a trader, like, like, for me to, like, even in the BSC, like, it's hard for me to even, like, when I'm in the zone and I'm in my flow, like, it's hard for me to just send out like, oh, this is what
Well,
oh,
bro,
buy
that's
here.
because you're
And
really trading. These other guys
exactly.
that run signal groups, they don't have to call real trades. They could just say, buy this now, stop loss here, and then just
Yeah.
random. It could be random.
I don't know how that works, but anyway, yeah, I didn't get rich overnight through the free signals, and at the time, like, my mind's still, because I'm literally like leaving my business, so like I'm like, something has to work. So like a part of me was like, I got to make money fast, and I got to make a lot of it, and the other part of me is like, I want to do it right, and I want to go about it the right way. So it's like, it was that constant battle in between, and it's like, um, I was like, you know what? Let me shut everything out. No, that didn't happen yet. So like, I met someone online. A guy out of Pakistan, actually, from all places. This is what I love about trading, bro. Because like, you connect with the fucking world that, like, I never thought I would have. I could call someone I guess, a virtual friend, like, out in fucking Pakistan. Like, what the fuck? Like, anyway, so I met this guy, bro. He was like, bro, do you know anything about this ICT guy? And I was like, no, no. And like, because like, he was like, the reason why I reached out to him, like, is because he was posting like some crazy ass trades, and I was like, bro, like, with some like really like great entries, and I was like, bro, like, what are you, like, what are you doing? Like, how are you trading? And he introduced me to that, and that segued into me, becoming I guess, an ICT student, or whatever.
Where
So
are
I
we at now, year wise? Where are we at in like a year or two ago
this
from
is
now?
20. This is still 2020. This is like 2020 for sure. This
Okay.
is 2020. This is right prior to the pandemic, and so
I didn't know
literally,
that, Tom. I didn't know you were doing ICT stuff before you came into ASFX. Maybe I'm remembering it now, but I
it's
didn't remember that.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't. Well, because it was like I had started, like I drifted away a little bit. I'll be honest, I drifted away, and I started to like apply. Like I'm the type of person where like I learned from a lot of different people, right? And like to make it my own. Like, and we hear this story all the time. Like, you gotta trading as an individual sport. You gotta kind of take a little bit of here, take a little bit of there, and mesh it, right? And so to finish the story though, like all of 2020, I studied like ICT's like 2016 mentorship or whatever. Like I like knee deep, like I just studied and I just traded demo like for a full year, bro. I didn't trade live or anything. I blocked everything out. I deleted every social media influencer slash whatever trader guru like off of like every app. I deleted
Guys like
everybody.
Evan.
Oh,
Guys like
come on now.
I blocked everything out, bro. It was like, yo, I'm gonna just submit. One thing I've learned, something that ICT teaches a lot, and I give him credit to, is as a trader, you have to submit to time, right? Submit to the process. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you trade ICT concepts or you trade fucking the ASFX concepts or you trade support and resistance. Like if you submit time to whatever your strategy is, that's when it's going to start working. And so anyway, I become like really entrenched into these concepts, and so I really start, so like in 2021 start actually trading a live account, and I start seeing really great consistency, bro. Like everything is working out. And if if any for any ICT student, like there's gonna come a time where you kind of hit a brick wall, right? Like where things are not as clear over and over. So anyway, I keep trading, and I become consistent. I become inconsistent, then I become consistent again, then I become inconsistent. So I'm going through these ebb and flows of my trading journey. I'm making money, I'm losing money, I'm making money. I'm not making enough to call it like a full-time like thing as of yet in 2021. And so fast forward, bro, to now, I guess you want to say I took like countless like what do you call you can edit this part out. I had a brain fart. I took a lot of funding challenges through this time. Like I was literally doing FTMO, my Forex funds, and I just like I would get close, I would blow, I would get close, I would blow, and then fast forward to at the back of last year, it was like, okay, like I gave myself, this is gonna be like the final year. Like I'm like now I'm 3.5 years, 3 years into it almost, like I guess like really seriously like trying to make this thing work. And so I was scrolling through like the Twitter verse or whatever one day, and this was just past what, like I want to say like this past like November. And I think I came across your video. You were showing like, how you get recommended stuff. I wasn't even following you at the time. And I just came across like a video where you were showing the spreadsheet, and I was like, what the hell is this spreadsheet? And like like you kept showing it, and I would pause the video. I'm like, what the fuck is this spreadsheet? Because you kept talking about
You're trying to take screenshots.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
screenshotting, and I'm like, bro, like what is this shit? And so, and then I just started listening to you more, and then I saw that you had like the A2 strategy and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can probably add this to my arsenal, and maybe that I can, finally find some consistency. So I started to really just like start doing that like at the end of last year, and I started to see some really really like great major improvements. Like I took like a $3,000 account to about a $7,500 account by Christmas. This was just this past year, and I was like, damn. So I was like, okay, I tested your shit out, and I was still, like my ICT stuff, I still traded, but I was trying to figure out a way to blend both of them and use your strategy as extra confirmation, I guess. And so I was like, okay, this dude's legit. He knows what he's talking about. And then it was like at the end of last year, I was like, bro, I want to join this like BlackShirtClub thing, because I was really intrigued by this DRC, because you had mentioned, I had heard this from I think that was like S&P Capital from their YouTube channel. And I remember like listening to Dr. Steenbarger or whatever, and he was talking about all great professional, really profitable traders. They know how to properly playbook and journal their trades and like record their trades. And I was like, bro, that's like a missing link. Like I'm not doing it. Like I would think I would be journaling in the past. Like I would share, like I would, just copy the link to my trading view chart and I would never really annotate on it and stuff like that. And I was like, so I wasn't properly journaling, like actually recording my trades. And so I think it was the DRC, bro. That's the one that got me. It was less of the strategy, but more of that. And I was like, I want to join. And that's when we linked up, bro. And the rest is history. I joined the DRC and I got my hands on that damn spreadsheet, and the rest is history. Got my data, and that's that.
And now, don't forget the last part, bro. Great story, but don't forget the last part. Past the funding challenge. What was it? Last week or the week before?
Yes. That was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Passed my Forex funds. Just based off of the DRC that we had. So coming into the Black Shirt Club, honestly, my idea was more so because we had the conversation one off before I even joined. It's like, okay, I have a really great idea of what my trading strategy is. I have multiple different, I guess you want to say, playbooks. It's like, which one of these playbooks that I need to be focused 100% of my effort on. And he was like, and I remember you just telling me, he was like, bro, join the DRC, we'll collect data. After a month or so, we'll know exactly what you should be trading, how you should be trading, and all the off the chart stuff too that was included. But that's what I needed. And I was like, you know what? During this time, I never had a coach. And like that was like a self-reflection. Like, even though, I say, I say this a lot. I told this to a friend of mine the other day. I said, man, ICT, I learned how to read the market from ICT, but I learned how to be a professional trader from yourself, from Austin and the Black Shirt Club, because it actually taught me how to take my raw talent and like mold it, right? And that's just like, I look at it as like being we're both into athletics and sports. And so I always like use the analogy of like, a basketball player, football player, whatever your favorite sport. It's like, when you go into the gym, like you can have all the raw talent in the world. Like I can fucking shoot you out the gym or whatever, like if I'm a basketball player. And it's like, until I get a coach, right? Until Jordan got Phil Jackson, he never won a championship, right? And so it's the same thing. It's like I had a really great understanding of the market. I knew how to trade. I had a strategy. It was just, how do I piece it together and like have someone to actually guide me and show me exactly, okay, Dom, do this, don't do that, do more of this, do less of that. And so that's what I got from the Black Shirt Club, bro.
Dude, well said. I'm clipping that for Instagram or something right there, bro. that they're gonna think I gave you a script on that one, bro. That was so well said. But you know what it is that you did well, and this is where we could kind of start a point, because Evan was a part of a lot of your coaching calls recently. You took the first month of the Black Shirt Club very seriously, where I have guys that come into the Black Shirt Club and it takes them a couple of weeks to just do a markup properly and annotate a chart properly. We have to get them to doing that. You came in, adjusted a couple of things, you watched the whole course like we make everybody do, and you were doing markups correctly from the beginning, which maximized the first 4 weeks. You traded, not over traded, or you just traded. And I think that first month you were trading a demo, right?
Yeah.
We were just trying to figure out what did you do well, like you said, and you took that data and ran with it. So I think really what you said it perfectly, bro. You have the raw talent, and this is what I think a lot of our listeners will find most relatable to everything you just said. You have the talent. A lot of people think they can trade. I know you hear people say, I know how to trade, just something's missing. The missing piece is the professionalism. The missing piece is that accountability. That's the one word you didn't use. The accountability to hold yourself to a standard that is going to keep the data coming in, making sure we're following rules properly. And then when we're not, and when we need to adapt, having that accountability to say, hey, this isn't working. Should we change? If you're by yourself, you're never going to have that. And I mean, we could talk about coaching all day. This could be the whole episode about coaching. Did you see the Tiger Woods thing that happened with PGA and Live combining in like the last couple of days? Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
I feel about it, but I'm not sure. tell me about that.
Basically, Tiger Woods turned down $700 million a couple of months ago when the PGA and Live separated, and Live wanted Tiger to come play in the Saudi Arabian Live League. And Tiger was like, no, I'm going to stay a good old boy to the PGA. They offered him $700 million, something like that, and maybe $1 billion, they say, and he turned it down. Well, now PGA and Live are combined as of yesterday or the day before. And now who knows how much Tiger's going to get paid, but I bet you it's not $700 million. So where's his coach then? That's where I'd be like, coach, you got to talk to me, bro. $700 million.
Right.
I know he's a billionaire, but still, bro, like $700 million.
Yeah.
Come on. You need a good coach in your back corner to be like, hey, like I did with you, Dom. Remember when you had that mistake that ended up being like a 6% winner? I was like, Dom, this is where as a coach, I'm going to come into and be like, bro, if the market hands you that gift, you remember what I said? Take that payout, bro. And that's like, again, I'm coaching you there. I'm like, bro, don't go play with this 6%. You know,
right.
So I think having a coach is everything, bro. And I think people think that I don't have coaches. Like I have coaches I was just with at the gym. I have coaches for my business, coaches for my trading. Like Evan is one of the coaches in the group. We give each other a lot of feedback. Without a coach, there's just no standard for growth, for accountability. I'm curious, Evan, you never really have spoken about your sports and your background in athletics. How has coaching impacted you? Do you have any stories that come to mind when this is talked about?
Well, I remember when we were in Florida, I talked about it a little bit. My baseball coach, my junior year of high school, was one of my favorite coaches of all time. We had like one of our best seasons. But real quick, in high school, I had 4 years of baseball and 4 different head coaches. None of them stuck around. And it wasn't because we were bad. They just in and out. So like I never had the consistency of building a relationship with a coach and having him back the next year. So that junior year I had him, one of my favorites, and he didn't return my senior year. And it was always like, I liked that coach, but now I don't have him. So I gotta carry what he taught me, but like I don't have him to press me with it. And the next year was not good at all. So like
it's hard
having a coach to instill things in you, but to keep doing it because you're gonna get off track. You're gonna like Austin still keeps me accountable, even though he's taught me all these things. I still need him to this day. It's not like, okay, yeah, thanks for all the information, I'm good now. Like you still need them there every day in the gym, at the charts, at the desk. So I think it's all about like accountability. Like, okay, he's over my shoulder watching me. Like he's gonna hold me accountable still.
Exactly.
That goes back. I'm sorry, Austin.
No,
that goes back to. I mean, you kind of touched on this a little bit, but that goes back to just life, right? Like if you wanna get ripped and you want to lose weight or gain muscle, you go seek a personal trainer, right? If you want financial freedom, or not even necessarily financial freedom, but if you want to learn how to manage your money better, you go find a financial advisor. And I have to think back, because for years I was trying to do this shit on my own. It's like, man, when I got into real estate, I hired a mentor, and it's like, damn, why did I just skip that step? And I think
know why?
like,
I know why. I figured this out today on that earlier podcast.
Why
because anybody can be a trading coach, which makes it look like not only are they hard to find if they're good or not, but it makes it look like because anyone can do it, it has little value, when it actually has a ton of value when you find the right coach. Think about it. Like a doctor, not everybody can become a doctor. A lawyer, you have to pass certain things, prerequisites to become that. Anybody could be a trading coach. You could just say you're a trading coach. Like we just said, you could be a trading signal company just by calling random trades. There's no barrier, which makes people that get into trading, they don't think, oh, let me just go get a coach. They actually, I think more often than not, think, oh, let me not get scammed by a coach, which is the opposite.
And honestly, to kind of like piggyback off of that, this industry is flooded with like,
oh my God,
just like fraudsters and stuff like that. So it is hard to distinguish who's really like legitimately like can coach you, I guess you want to say. And for me, it's like I wanna be coached by someone that not only talk it but actually walks it. And for me, it's like what really like drew me to you was, I was like, number one, personality wise, like we have a very we have some good synergy, right? Like
we cut from the same cloth.
From the same cloth. We have like minds. Like you're mature. Like a lot of the Forex guys out here, not to call any names, but it's like it's very immature shit. Like it's shit that I don't give a rat's ass about, right? Like I don't care if you ride a Maybach or you got like 10 Lambos in your garage. I don't give a shit about that. Your lifestyle does not dictate my trading success. And that's another thing like that kind of really like made me like kind of fall into the ICT. I don't want to say cult, because his shit is kind of like cult like, but like that's what made me fall into that, because it was like, this dude doesn't show his face, this dude doesn't like, he doesn't flash any cash or anything like that. It's just like raw education and information. And so like that's where like my personality kind of meshed well with. And like when I met you, bro, like when we had that one-off call, I was just like, bro, like you can actually like, and when you told me you were funded, and I was like, if I want to get to where I need to be, I need to like actually be coached by someone that's been there and been through the trenches. And so that's another thing. Like, you know, you have much more experience than I did. You know, a lot of guys these days, like, you know, it's like, fuck, man, everybody's 21 million fucking trainer. Like, what the fuck is that with that?
And they're all from Miami. They're all in Miami.
30, 40-year-old guys.
Right.
That,
where's the guys
the
with the
I'm coming
kids?
from.
Right.
No, it's very guys that are more seasoned. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against 21-year-olds, bro.
No,
like,
of course, bro.
But
sorry, Evan.
Sorry,
I'm
Evan.
21.
You're still 21 to me, son.
There's a guy. I'm not gonna call his name, but like, there's a guy on like, he's a big guy, and it's like, bro, like this dude had like, he's been 21 for like fucking 5 years. I'm like,
bro, it's like back when you used to play sports, dude. I got in when I was in high school. We ran in the Penn relays, the 4x100, and we were with this team from Plainsboro, right, the whole way around. You know Plainsboro, Evan. We were with them the whole way around, and they handed off to their last leg versus our last leg. The dude was 6'2", like skinny, the Usain Bolt strides, right, bro? And we're all looking around like, can we get a birth certificate, bro? This dude's got like a beard, like he looked like a man, bro. And we're all in high school. I'm like, can we check something here? No, but it is funny, bro. You're spot on with that, Dom. You hit that on the head.
And so what I was gonna say was, when I saw you, I was like, oh, you're like the first, one of the only outside of ICT that really didn't flash anything. And that's what really drew me to you. I was like, I was waiting for it too, bro. Like my bullshit, like social media meter is like pretty good.
I flex these guns, bro.
I was like, oh, this dude is into, like, he's into regular like life shit. Like, he works out, like he's into health, he's into, you know, like he's into the Zen life. Like, I was like, okay, this is my type of guy. I think
if I wasn't running all this other shit, bro, if I wasn't doing all the coaching and the podcast and my day, like, I think if I flex anything, I flex my lifestyle, which is like, I go to the gym when I want. I don't have to do anything in the afternoon. Like, that's what I flex, if anything. The car I have, bro.
I didn't even know you had a Tesla, bro. It was
right. That's what I was gonna say. Because it just doesn't matter. It's not gonna, like you said it perfectly.
I scoped, I was like, I've never seen this dude post a fucking Tesla. Maybe you have, but I'm just saying.
I have way back when we first got it, because we were excited, and that was it. And in that one post, I was like, this will be the one post of the car. If you miss this, you'll never know what kind of car I had. Sucks to suck. But you know what, bro? You said it perfectly. Like, their lifestyle does not dictate your trading success. But let's pause that conversation, because we could rip those guys up for 5 hours. Let's talk about how because this is what most people are thinking probably at this point. If they listen, if they're here with us this far through, they know, of course, this is not a sales pitch for the BlackShirtClub. This is just talking your story as you've worked through the BlackShirtClub, and it's been helpful to you. So part of that story is how you've used the A2 strategy with what you knew from ICT, and how the coaching environment was conducive to you doing that, where we didn't try to pigeonhole you into just ASFX strategies. We allowed you to find your edge using both of them, and that's what allowed you to pass the challenge relatively quickly. You've passed the challenge quicker than most people that come into the program. We've had guys do it as fast as you, but you're in the group of guys that have done it faster. So can you speak on the combination of the two strategies and the openness of the community that allowed you to like explore that and get feedback on that?
Yeah, I was reluctant for a while, because like, man, I was like, I don't want to be the guy up in here that's just like post, like, because a lot of ICT stuff could be very confusing to some who haven't really paid attention to it. And I was like, I don't want to clog up the chat room with
breaker blocks, breaker
blocks, you know, fair value. I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? And so, like, I was like, okay, let me simplify it and be able to like mesh it so I don't confuse everyone else in the group, because I didn't want to get any, like, I didn't want to confuse anybody that might be struggling, like, oh, they hit me up like randomly, like, Dom, what are you using? So I didn't want any of that. But so for the first month in the BlackShirtClub, I traded exclusively just the A2 strategy, because number one, I wanted to collect data on it, right? Like, I had traded ICT concepts for a while, even though I hadn't collected data, but just like through my own personal trading, I kind of understood my edge with it, and so I just wanted to like dedicate to the A2, and so I dedicated myself to the A2 strategy. And in the second month, once I got the data back and I saw like where I was, like I'm not looking at my DRC right now, but if I recall, like I know I had like a pretty low win percentage, and so but I had a really high win percentage on, on a few of the trades that I took, the ICT stuff. And so like in the second month, I think like I called it out. He was like, bro, like if you can't unsee it, don't like try to force yourself to unsee it. Trade that shit and try to merge and find your edge. And so like in the second month, that's exactly what I did. So I started getting back to my ICT strategy and then using the A2 as extra confluence or confirmation. And so what I found was like the first, like in that second month, like the first 2 weeks, I didn't realize what my edge was just yet, because I was trying to combine everything and take the signal along with my entry signal on ICT. But what I found was in that second month was that when the A2 and the ICT strategy like align, when I got a signal with the A2 and I got a fair value gap or a breaker block or whatever. I'm not gonna get into my ICT strategy here, but whenever I saw that, whenever I got triggered for that and A2 align, that's when like it was like, bro, that shit was Teflon. And like I know on the coaching call, like one of the coaching calls before I actually took a trade on the challenge, you were like, bro, that's it. Go with it. That you're all in on that. And so, yeah, bro, like the rest is history. And so
Great
like
answer.
and that's what happened. And so now for the challenge, I
have the stats for you. Sorry to cut you off. I just pulled it up. First month, your win rate was 31%. You won 4 trades. You lost 9. That was first month. You were so 13 total trades. You were 25% win rate on the A2 in that first month. But now, if we look at the program in its entirety up until today, your A2 only win rate is still 38%, but your A2 and your OTE, which is your combination, and your RTO, 88% and 67%. Less trades, greater win rate, and a way bigger percent gain. 11% gain between those two strategies in 14 trades, bro. Amazing.
100%. Yeah, bro. And that was the eye opener for me. And it was like, okay, like now I know exactly how to merge them. And like now I officially had my playbook. And that's what my playbook was. Focusing on that and use that data. Like I said, like the BSC, the most I think this is the most priceless thing, is getting that data. A lot of traders, I know myself, a lot of friends that are, whether they're successful or struggling, I know we all had, a lot of traders do not collect data, bro. Like no one collects data. And like I think that was the priceless thing for me, to be able to take that and then go into a challenge right after I've actually failed 11 challenges, for everyone to know. I failed 11 challenges over 3 years. And when I went into this next challenge, I knew like another reason why I joined the BSC, bro, because I literally was like, bro, like I've been all in with this for like 3.5 years. Like, okay, this is it. Like, and if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna be balls. So I'm gonna hire a coach. I'm gonna take the challenge and I'm gonna pass it, and the rest will be history. And so now the mentality of taking a challenge has been a lot different from live trading. Obviously, and you and I spoke about this. Like,
Can you give some context on that? I don't want to just brush over that because people are like, "What do you mean?"
So this is something that I had been like trying to game plan in my head. Was like, when you take a challenge, like the challenge number one, at least the time challenges, I want to say, even the non-time challenges, in my opinion, like, because at some point we're human and our emotions get evolved and we want to hit a target. I think with that target piece, a part of it, it's like, for me, like I'm an impatient person. So like I recognize this going through the BSC, like doing like the off the chart stuff, the on the chart stuff, like recognizing like I started to recognize my personality a lot more, and that like how much more impatient than I was. That I thought I was a super patient guy. I'm super patient. As you know, when it's time for my setup, like I'll go like all week I haven't taken a trade yet, right? Like I'll go like 4 days without taking a fucking trade. I'm patient for a setup, but when I'm in a trade, like I know I want to be in and out, and I know that I want to aim for a high strike rate. So I'm gonna take grade A setup. So like that's another thing. BSC, you taught me how to grade my trades. I didn't know how to grade my fucking trades, bro, at all. Like I didn't know there was a difference between a grade A, grade B, or grade C. I was grading them all the fucking same. So for my challenge, number one, once I found out what my edge was and what my playbook was, okay, I know it's the A2 plus ICT stuff. Okay, cool. Now it's like, how do I grade? Like, what's a grade A versus a grade B? And so, once I realized what that was, I use dynamic risk. So grade A, I know I'm going to go heavy on risk. Grade B, I'm going to go half of what I am. So like grade A would be, let's just say 1%. Grade B would be a 0.5%. Grade C, I don't trade at all. I just sit back and I just playbook that and just, paper trade it or whatever. And so coming into the challenge, my challenge internally was how do you being an impatient person? I know I'm a scalper, right? I'm impatient, but I also know that I don't want to take 100 trades during this challenge. Like I don't want to get and this is, I know you speak on this, like let's aim for the extension and stuff like that. And I was like, we can do that. We can do that. But at the same time, I want to go in a little bit heavier because I am being more patient. I'm not going to get a challenge. I mean, I held on to my challenge for 2.5 weeks, bro, before I took the first trade. So I was like, I know I'm going to wait for a grade A setup. And so, okay, let's go in heavy. Let's risk 2% and let's aim for a 1 to 3, a 1 to 2 on 1 to 4 on the first trade. And that's exactly like my mentality was. And so I knew I was going to go in heavier. I was going to aim for a higher risk to reward, which I did. And I mean, shit, bro, I passed it within 2 trades. And now that sounds like there's a lot of people on YouTube that are like, oh, I passed my challenge.
Right, but they're throwing heavier risk, even heavier than 2%, and they're also doing it with no data to back it.
And another thing, they don't even explain like the methodology. Like they wouldn't go back, I waited 3 weeks for a trade. Right. Like I literally waited damn near 3 weeks for a trade. That's number one. And then number two, yeah, I didn't go crazy. I didn't risk 5%. Like 2% is still heavy.
It's heavy. But when you're trying to get funded, you have to know your strength. And like you said, if you're going to wait for that trade, and for everyone listening, it is a specific trade. Dom's not just saying I waited for a trade and it was like random. It's a specific trade that is his A2 and RTO strategy that we spent that whole first month gathering data on. He's waiting for that trade, not a trade, that trade.
Right.
Yes.
Facts. Yeah. And that's that. And I was like, I'm going to wait for that trade. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to show discipline. And that's another thing. Like through my time through the BSC, my trade selection has gone through the fucking roof, bro. Yeah. Like back in December, like I would literally like, even like the ones that I thought were grade A setups, I would still like, bro, my trade, so I am so selective, and I love it. I love it. I love that I'm so selective because prior to, bro, like I would take a bunch of trades, and I realized I go off tilt. That's another thing that I recognize just doing DRCs. The more that I trade, the higher probability that I go off tilt. The less that I trade, I make more. My win percentage is higher. My sanity is there. I'm less stressed.
Less gray hair. Yep.
Yeah, bro. And so it's like, bro, like that's the methodology. Now that I'm trading live, the methodology is it's still the same as far as trade selection, but I will trade grade B setups, and I'll use like half the risk that I would normally use, and I'm not risking 2% on my live funding account because number one,
of course, no, it's when you're trying to get funded, of course, and also we didn't speak about this.
It's a challenge for a reason. You're trying to hit a target, and I think for me, it's like if I'm going to be a part of a challenge, I'm not. Now, there's more than one way to skin the cat because there's a lot of people in the BSC that will.
I did it the opposite way of you, bro. Right. I traded small and I took a lot of trades. Same thing for Evan. Yes,
exactly. It's based off of personality, bro, and like.
But you had to get the data to build the
Exactly.
confidence to believe in yourself. And that's what it, like right now I'm looking at your spreadsheet. It's funny because when you look at the pairs that you traded, for everyone listening, Dom only has 40 trades logged in here, it looks like. But yeah, between when he started the program in the last 3 months, it's only 40 trades. You don't need 100 trades of data. You just have to meticulously track the trades you take. And one of the things I noticed, Dom, is, and I know this also because you were my student.
What market is he trading?
Exactly. I was just going to say, he's only trading SPX. He's 12 for 18 on SPX, a 67% win rate. His average win is 1%. His average loss is 0.16. His average win is 10x bigger than his average loss on SPX. But if you look at the other pairs he's traded, the Forex pairs, he'll have like GJ, he's 2 for 4 and he cut it right there. 4 trades, 50% win rate. I'm done. I'm not interested in it. I don't want it. Do less, which is the ASFX thing, right? Do less, do it better, do it bigger. And that's what Dom has just explained. Trading less, marking things up more, analyzing more to get better, and then getting bigger, 2% risk, bigger risk. Dom is the do less, do it better, do it bigger saying. And
I also feel like since you guys are only watching this SPX, it's almost like it's a story. Tom likes to say the candles are telling us a story that if you're only watching that every day, you're more in tune with, okay, well, what happened yesterday? What happened overnight? You come back in tomorrow, you know what's happened all week, the previous week. But if you're just flipping through Forex pairs, you don't remember what has happened all week and then earlier this morning. So like you got to catch up and analyze. Where SPX, you know what you're looking for because you know what happened yesterday, what didn't present yesterday. And you just know, okay, that's my spot now because I wanted this on Monday, but now it's Wednesday, whatever. So like if you're bouncing around from different pairs and a bigger watch list, then it's a lot cloudy in your mind.
Dude, especially if you're out here drinking Bud Light every night, like I know Dom is, like then you're never gonna remember shit.
Speaking of, yeah. So a part of this whole process, this is something that I want to share, is that I understood like becoming like, create like the ultimate thing was become more disciplined. I think when I joined BSC, like one of my goals I told you was like I wanted to become more disciplined, become more stoic. And a part of that really it boiled down to my discipline and my daily habits, off the charts more than on the charts, really. And like I started in this process, I started like a cleanse, which was stupid. I
bro, it's so good that you're taking us here right now because this is where I was going with this part of the part of the podcast. So let's get into this.
You want to set me up for it and
explain? Yeah, let me set it up for you. So this is what happens, everybody. Dom and I are busting ass every week on our call. He's doing that first month of the program, tracking his trades. We're finally feeling like we're making progress. He's confident. He's working on his sleep. We're tracking his habits off the desk. He's got a new sleep app. He's meditating. He's giving time to his family every day. So he's able to then devote the focus to the trading. When it's trading time, he's getting balanced, right? Then we're like, all right, we're going to start the challenge. We're finally ready. And then Dom decides to do something hard on top of the thing that is hard that we've been preparing for. We've been in the gym training for this challenge. And Dom's like, all right, I'm going to do the challenge, but I'm also going to do a juice cleanse. So then Dom goes and is not eating food, let alone not eating meat. He doesn't just go vegan. This dude just goes full juice, like straight up, like smoothie, all smoothies. So then we get on a call a week into the challenge. He hasn't taken a trade. And I'm talking to within a minute. Didn't I say, Dom, like within 3 minutes in that call, I was like, what's up with you, bro? You're not fun. You're not doing the bubbly Dom thing. Did your dog die? Like what happened? And you're like, no, I'm just doing this juice cleanse. I'm feeling a little tired. And instantly my brain goes off because of doing all these coaching calls now. I know diet, sleep, routine, these things matter. So we start talking and I'm like, Dom, does it make sense to be doing this hard ass juice cleanse at the same time as you want to do this hard ass challenge? We come to the conclusion on that call that we're like, let's just start eating meat and getting back to the normal diet. Within the next 14 days, he's done the challenge. No joke. Is that accurate, Dom?
That's very accurate. I was so lethargic at the time, and I've done a juice cleanse, I've done a detox previously, but
of course,
but like this time around, like once again, and when I did it last time, though, like my lifestyle was much different, right? I was like single and whatever. So like now it's like my energy has got to be stretched out like to family and everything like that. So
of course.
But anyway, man. So I like once you called that out, I was like, yeah, that got to be it. And so So I was like, you know what? Let's start 75 hard. You mentioned like, bro, just do 75 hard or some shit, right? And
Dude,
so
yeah, exactly. And you know what? I think this is good. It's funny to talk about this. I actually have my my graphics guy making us a little thing. I want to do like a 60-day. I can't take 75-day hard because I think Andy Frisella might sue me. So I did a 60-day hard for
that's cool.
traders, as inspired by what I told you to do. Because then I could just send this to traders and be like, here, do this. This is a
Yeah.
great way to go into your challenge with doing this 60-day, these same kind of things. So you inspired that. So everybody listening,
just don't exclude the drinking. No, I'm just
we still need to be drinking a little bit.
I,
No,
I, like, bro, that's gonna be the hardest part because it's like, I'm not an alcoholic or anything like that, but
no, but you'll sip it, bro. We sipping.
I like having like a good time, bro, and I like tequila. But anyway,
It's actually, bro. I mean,
Anyway.
the president of Mexico says if you drink a tequila shot a day, you'll trade better. It's a fact. Google that.
I'm gonna look that shit up because I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm full transparency. I did 75 hard all the way up until I fucking passed my evaluation, and I fucking took a shot of tequila. I was like, oh, there we go.
But
Guess
it
I'm
got you
back
through,
to
bro.
day one.
But to the bigger point of why we did that, it was like you wanted to stay disciplined. You wanted to keep yourself
Right.
on the edge and sharp. That's all. Just say, I want to
Right.
stay sharp. What's going to keep me sharp? Do I want to start this challenge and then stop doing DRCs? Or do I want to make sure I'm actually working out, sleeping good, eating good, drinking water, and doing DRCs? That's going to get you through the challenge.
And another thing that I realized too, was that I started to put a lot of focus and attention on was my sleep.
Yeah.
And that's why I got an Apple Watch, and so I downloaded. I was researching, and I found like an app, Rise app, and it was like it tracks your sleep. It tells you like where you're gonna be at your peak performance, where you're gonna like dip off and stuff like that. I was like, oh shit, this is pretty cool. So downloaded that app. I paid like $7 for it, and I was like, I'm gonna really start tracking my sleep, bro, because I wanted to really understand like how my body and like I'm really into everything. Like I really wanted to really understand like how can I biohack my way to become, becoming more disciplined in my daily life, which I know as I'm more disciplined daily, like off the charts, on the charts, bro, it's like gonna be second nature, and then ultimately I become more stoic and more emotionless at the chart because I'm just following a routine. I'm following, daily disciplines, bro. And I think like tracking my sleep, making sure I drink a gallon of water every single day, meditating every single day, without fail, those are non-negotiable. Exercising every single day. Now, whether I get 2 exercises in or 1, as long as I'm going.
Bro, you got a young daughter. If you take her outside and run around the block for a little bit, that's an
exactly
exercise,
that's exercise.
Yeah.
So I count that shit, bro. I count that. And so I'm always putting in 90 minutes a day, exercising, bro. And so I make that a focal point. And then obviously eat clean. Like a part of like 75 hard is like, I know what to do. I know what to eat. I know what not to eat and stuff like that. So really, focusing my attention on eating clean every single day, getting proper sleep. But the sleep thing was the number one thing that I realized I was so inconsistent with. And once I started to really track my sleep, I'm like, oh shit, like last night I only got 5 hours. 2 nights ago, I got fucking 6 hours. The night before that, I got 8 hours, and like it was just too inconsistent. So now, like, if I want to open the app, like it's very consistent across the board. Like the app tells me I need, based off of like it tracks like everything. It backlogs like over the last like 14 days or so. It tells you you need at least, like right now I'm at 7.5 hours every single night. So I was like, you know what? Why am I like that's why you don't see me in the BSC like early morning when you guys are there, because like I'm getting my rest based off what the app told me, and like I'm trading the
better
after NYSC open.
Right. So it's like, why do you need to do that? I have the kid coming, I used to wake up at 4 a.m. and trade at 5. Now I wake up at 6. Maybe I'm trading by 7, but some days, like I have family in town, I wake up at 7 and I'm trading by 8. I think sleep is the top priority. Now, Evan's the young lad. I have to make sure Evan wakes up at 5 a.m. every day and goes on a 4-mile run before he starts trading. Otherwise, he's fired.
I envy him, man, because I used to do that.
Horrendous.
I literally like used
to do that. It's terrible.
Why? What are you doing?
Sleep. I just get like 5-6 hours a night.
I mean, that's not horrendous. It's about the time you go to sleep and waking up the same time.
I wake up at the same time. Yeah. I just don't get much sleep.
You know what you need, bro? Some CBD gummies.
Yeah. The
I mean, is
melatonin
it,
in
bro?
those.
That
Is
also
it
helps.
weed legal up in New Jersey nowadays, bro? Just go get yourself a joint and chill out. Like, relax, bro.
Yeah, just relax.
And Dom, you're in Texas, right? So for you, even sleeping makes sense because you're already an hour behind, bro. It's like, dude, if you try to wake up early, it's like
Oh yeah,
it's an extra hour too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm an hour behind New York time. So like, yeah. So like getting that, like, and then yeah, man, like I'm a parent. So
Exactly.
like my energy gets drained at night. So I do need the, like, when I was Evan's age, bro, I could fucking
Same, bro.
like, bro,
Bro, I don't
I
even
can
need
3 hours,
sleep.
bro. 3 hours I wake up and I could smash a fucking
Red Bull,
yeah.
whatever, bro. We're in the
or
gym,
whatever.
bro. Right. Like, let's
Like
go.
it
Now
just
I'm
keep
like,
going.
bro,
No.
it's so funny how getting old you change, but you got to adapt. Traders adapt. And a lot of guys that I talk to, the older guys, you know what they all do, bro? They swing trade. They all get into swing trading. There's very few older, there's always that funny saying. There's old pilots and there's bald pilots, but there's no old bald pilots. They say the same thing about traders. There's old traders and there's bald traders, but there's no old bald traders. You get it? Because they're saying like old and they stressed out. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Except James. James is already bald, so James already has a
Yeah.
head start.
Yeah.
But Dom, I have one more question for you before we wrap up for today. If
What's
you could go back, because I feel like the Black Shirt Club has really helped you, of course, is what we talked about today, but it really broke the psychological barriers for you between professional and amateur, right? And you've kind of said that a couple of times today.
Mhm.
And you look at trading completely different now, where you see, I don't have to be stuck at the desk all day. I have to run the business properly, but I don't have to be in a bunch of trades. I have to just win and make money. So if you could go back to young Dom, even before ASFX,
Mhm.
what would be the advice you would tell him? Would it be get deeper in the chart, get deeper in the routine? Like give the listeners one thing. Don't give us 15 because you're a talker. Give us one thing.
Of course.
Narrow it down to one. Think about it if you have to for a second. And then I'll ask Evan too. You guys both have to give one thing to end the podcast today that you would tell your younger self that you think would be the most impactful.
I would say focus on the one strategy thing, but I feel like that's like a canned like response because I feel like everybody says that shit. And then my personality type, like you said, I'm all in on one thing. Like A2 is the only thing that I explored outside of like ICT concepts. So
Right.
I would say discipline, bro. Discipline outside of the charts because trading is much more of a self-improvement game than it is like passing a funded challenge or flipping an account or growing an account, like, or whatever. Like if you want to become a better trader, you have to become a better version of yourself. The best way to become a better version of yourself is to be extremely dedicated to routine and discipline in your daily life. Whatever that might be for you, figure that shit out. Because not even Austin could teach that. I can't teach that. ICT can't teach that.
I wish I could, bro. That's great
Right.
advice. I wish I could give you the secret potion and make you disciplined. People would make more money trading. You
Yeah.
know, but it's just not like you said. And
No, I would say younger me,
yeah,
the younger me, if I'm telling my younger self that, or when I first started trading, I would say, it's like, I don't know if I would still be able to grasp that.
yeah,
Because
because you were
I
younger and
was.
you didn't see the other side of the stove though. You need to see the other side of the story.
I think that the new into trading would probably be like, yeah, fuck that. Show me how to flip an account.
Right. But
I'm
that's
gonna
you.
be honest.
No, you're right, bro. That's
Yeah.
you. But at least, bro, this is like the story I've said it a couple of times. My dad, the girl I was dating in high school, not the girl that I ended up marrying. My dad's like, "You're never gonna marry this girl, just so you know." And in my head, I'm like, "Dad, I think I might marry this girl." Like, you don't know what you're talking about. But people with experience are normally right. Normally, not always, but normally right. And experience is what's taught you all of that, Dom. So I love that. Great answer, Ev. What do you got for us? You got a good answer?
I mean, yeah, it sounds cliche to say there are so many answers that I've had people on my stream ask me what's one thing. I'm like, I can't give you one, but
Dude, you can't give us one because you're so young. If you give us an answer for you were like a baby, right? Like, what would you tell your baby self, baby Evan, wandering around? Look at the chart. No, just kidding.
you're 4 years older. Let's relax. So, grandpa over there.
Hey.
I would say just tracking, not just trades, like everything. Because like starting out, I read every book, every podcast, every video. Okay, I have all this information. Oh, now when I go place a trade, I suck. I was like, what the hell? I read all this stuff. I know all this information, but you got to implement it. And then, okay, I'm putting it to the test. I'm doing this bad. This is struggling with me. I picked this up really well. You got to track it. Like, okay, this is what I'm struggling with. How can we improve on that? Because I had like information. I knew everything, but like I didn't know what to do with it. Now I got to implement it and like make it work for myself because these people taught it, but like I got to make it work for me. So just figure out what you do really well, just naturally. Some things are going to be easier for others. And the things you struggle with, you can fix them. They're just going to be maybe a little bit more difficult. Be patient, give it time, and then like track it, put in systems to fix those problems, and then keep focusing on what you're doing well, and then just keep stacking them. And like for me, I didn't have like a plan B. It was like I'm doing this. So this was not working, but I'm gonna address that problem. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing well. Okay, that's still not working. I'm gonna fix that, and then just keep growing, keep staying disciplined, patient, and then you'll get there.
Mo said that on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. He said, I had no plan B. He was one of the guys who I met him at the London seminar. He's been an ASFX member for a while. Mo said the same thing. There's just no plan B. And Fu said that on the podcast. I burned the ships. There is no other option. And I feel the same way. I would say to my younger self, if I have to answer that, it would be to get a coach sooner. I've gotten into that later. And I just think for myself, the coaching is what has allowed you, Dom, to find yourself. I didn't tell you. I just guided you and asked you questions and plugged you into a template that works. You did the work, but that guidance, I wish I would have had that because I mean, we could talk in a whole podcast about all the stupid shit I did when I first started and I had nobody that was trading. I had no friends trading. I had no nothing, like stupid things that I would tell myself, which have all been avoided with a good mentor, a good coach. And now it's just fun to me because like I said, I brag about it because it's like I sit down with freaking Tom Basso, bro. I sit down with Steve Burns. I sit down with these guys that are like legends, bro, to some people, you know, and now I just think back to when I started and I was like, damn, if I could have just had their ear back then, but you got to earn it. You know what I'm saying? And Dom and Ev, both of you guys are like myself. We're all on our way to earn that respect because to my point earlier, anyone can be a trading coach. So what makes the great trading coaches? What makes the great traders? It is only one answer. Do either of you know what it is?
The longevity, the experience,
survival. It's who's around at the end of the day, who's still here trading. Why are we talking about Crudelli? He still trades.
Crudelli. I don't have that many years. Nothing I could do about that, but just
but
wait.
You can become him. Exactly.
Yeah, I just gotta wait. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's nothing I could read today to get to his level. There's just nothing.
Nothing you can do.
I gotta wait.
Bro, that's where that Russ saying, take your coat off. John Mayer told him, take your coat off, bro. Get comfortable with all the celebrity and the uncertainty. Get comfortable. Same thing to us as traders. Take the coat off. Enjoy the journey, you know? And I try to. I think we all do. Tom Basso says that all the time. Enjoy the ride. So Dom, you are the man, bro. This has been great. I think the audience is probably going to have questions for you because we didn't touch a lot on strategy. They might want to see it. So audience, if you enjoyed Dom on the show, comment below. And if we see a bunch of comments come in with some questions and want to see more from Dom, we'll have him back on in a couple of months. We'll bring him on and we'll do screen share. We'll go into some of his recent trades at that point with his funded accounts and we'll go into everything from there. But Dom, we wish you the best of luck. I know you're still kind of up in the air if you're staying with us in the BlackShirtClub. Of course, that's never a requirement. We love working with you, but if you decide to leave us, bro, we wish you the best of luck. We're really, really proud of you. And I really appreciate you coming on and giving us the time.
For sure, man. I definitely appreciate the time and thanks for having me on, man.
Bro, and keep harassing me about coming to Texas for a meetup because once my kid's here, I'll be able to make that happen a lot easier. So just keep harassing me about that. Like, I'll bring Evan too. I'll bring the young lad. I'll put him in a backpack.
I don't know what it is about you fucking like Florida traders, bro. It's like y'all like the fucking mecca for like.
It is, bro. It really is. But you got to be careful, like you said, because there's some sketchy people too. But bro, I don't need that. Listen, in Florida, bro, you can't really get good barbecue. I need good barbecue in my life again.
Bro, come to Texas, bro. Like Austin, in Austin, bro. We would
Austin in Austin. That's going to be the name of the seminar. Austin in Austin.
See, bro, I was already thinking of it before you said it. That's why I was like, I pitched you the idea. Like, bro, we gotta do a big event in Austin.
Bro, that's how this happened. A bunch of people were like, yo, we need a seminar. We need a seminar. So now this year, you know, we're doing London in December, but now after that, bro, the kid will be here and it'll be normal. I can definitely get back to doing more in the US.
And that's actually going to connect with like other like local traders, bro, because it's a lonely game. Like it's lonely, just me.
It's just Dom out there on the ranch. He's out there in the ranch with him on a horse with a fucking cowboy hat and a lasso, rounding up them pips. DomPips. No, but this has been great, boys. Dom, you're the man. I'll make sure everybody has your Instagram, your Twitter, and everything down below so they can connect with you. Ev, I'll do the same for you. I appreciate you both. Oh, of course, bro. Of course, the young lad needs his clout. But this has been good, boys. Dom, have a great rest of your week. Ev, thank you for the time as always. Listeners, we appreciate you. We'll see you in the next episode.